self-serving, persuasive talkers
of everything and nothing.
We are conversation con artists.
What's going on, people? It's your boy, Mr. On Point.
And I do not have the coronavirus, but I have a little cold.
Okay.
Also known as Calamity Red.
All right, then. We coming in here with no goddamn bullshit. Not in my house. And we are Conversation Con Artists, back for another wonderful, fantastic episode. You can find me on Twitter and Instagram at Mr. MISTER_on point.
And I can be found at red_calamity. Also, we are still doing the listener letter portion of the show. So if you have a question you would like for me to answer on the show, or like for us to answer, you can send it to our Gmail account, which is conversationcardartists@gmail.com, or you can find us on Facebook, Conversation Car Artists, and send it to us that way. Do we have any letters this week?
I don't think so.
I don't think we had any. I didn't see any.
Yeah, I don't think we have any letters.
Y'all write us some letters.
Yeah, send us something.
Anything. Don't care what it is. Whatever. Usually I would talk about my week, but I don't think anything really happened this week. I've been at my job for 90 days.
What benefit does that bring?
I can use my time now. I've been accumulating time, sick and vacation, but I couldn't use it because I had to be there 90 days. So now I can call in.
What, you get like a day a week? Or a day of pay period or something?
I think it's a day of pay period. Because I already got like a week from the 3 months I've been there. I just haven't been able to use it. So.
Oh, I got you. That's good.
So, and I mean, that means that, you know, it's harder for them to fire me now.
Okay.
Because I survived the first 3 months. So, that was pretty much it. I ain't had anything else happen this week.
I've been doing the same shit for 5 years. Waking up, going to see clients in the community and neighborhood, coming home, playing the game or cooking some deliciousness or making some candles, and that's it.
Shit, I have been doing the same thing for 5 years. It was exactly 5 years. I
don't really have bad days. I just have moments where I be like, well, damn. Yeah. Because that's about the most
yes, you don't emote
respond to things.
Yes. I
was at a school this week, seeing kids like I do. And I left this school and I go to get in my car and I put the key in, I turn it, and this shit don't do nothing. It's dead. And it's 2:00 and I'm parked in the car rider line.
Oh shit, nigga.
So if you don't hang around elementary schools or have
That's
kids.
That's a big deal. Being broke down in the car rider line?
The car rider line is the line where all parents every day, like clockwork, pull up and the kids come out and get in the car in an organized manner.
And they leave.
Yeah, and they leave.
But
now,
you holding up the line.
It's a car right there. It's some shit going down. So the SRO, school resource officer, they had to get him to come out, and his police car was in between the car riders, and so he was having to direct them to go and move on up and come drive back around so that he can move his truck to come and jump me. But then one of the parents in the line was just like, I'll do it. And then he had to move all these cars, and they jumped me off, and my car cranked, and then it went right back off after he started backing up. And then I was like, I need it again. And so they brought it back up, and then we cranked it again. It didn't go back off until I put it in reverse to move.
Damn.
So they pulled back up and was like, look, cut your lights off, cut everything that's not necessary off, then put it in reverse before we disconnect it, and then just hold it. They disconnected it, and I put it in driving. I got enough juice to get over to Advanced Auto Parts. But I won't even call that a bad day. It was just a damn moment.
Yeah.
And it was less than an hour solution. The SRO helped me. And this is a dude that I've been avoiding saying hey to when I be at the school because but now I got to say hey to him every time. He helped me.
He saved your ass.
And it's not like I wasn't saying hey to him for any particular reason. I mean, I just stick to myself, mind my business. When my business is that of mine, I mind the shit out of it.
I did have an experience with somebody that works where I work at now. And I have been told about this person. He this creepy ass dude who, like, the other people that work there don't really like being around him like other women, because he just that creep dude that you just make you feel uncomfortable. So I'm walking to go do something, to do my goddamn job, as it were, and he's coming from the opposite direction, and he stopped in the middle of the hallway, and he was like, "You can't get by until you smile." Now I know that was supposed to make me smile, but you know me. So now I'm pissed, and I give him the restiness of the bitches' faces. And he was like, "I mean, all you got to do is smile." And I was like, "No." He was like, "I ain't gonna let you by." I said, "You don't have no idea how this is gonna go. But let me go ahead and help you out. I'm not gonna fucking smile, and I'm gonna walk around you." So I walk around, and he's like, "Well, you ain't gotta be mean." My nigga, ain't you got a job to be fucking doing? He just creepy. This is the second time he said something to me. First time I came in, I had stopped and got some food on the way. So I think I had got Zaxby's. I don't even remember what it was, but I had food in my hand. This nigga looked at me and said, "Oh, that was so nice of you to bring that for Big Daddy." Who are you talking to? What? Who? Like, and I'm at work, so I can't say what I want to say. I can't say what I would say if somebody said that to me on the street. Because there was other people around, so I had to be like, "Reg, you at work." Even though he ain't acting like he at work. You need to act like you at work, because you ain't been here 90 days. So you don't need to say what you want to say, because he's so creepy. People avoid him because he just make you uncomfortable, and he this real tall, real big guy, and he just make you uncomfortable.
Big Daddy.
Oh no.
Big Daddy. I want you to remember that voice when you walk by him.
I try to avoid him at all, but I couldn't. Like I said, I was walking where I was walking to was my destination. I ain't had it wasn't no way to go to avoid him, and all he had to do was just keep on fucking walking. But anytime, and I've seen him out before, if he sees a woman, he gonna go up to her and say something. It's like he just has to, and I don't know if he just like throwing a bunch of lines out to see if one. But I ain't the one, 2 or 3. Okay. I'm very stubborn. So you stopping me in the hallway talking about I can't get by unless I smile. Bitch, I will never smile at you.
I just don't understand why he thinks that him stopping in the hall is worth my facial muscles having to be flexed. Like, I understand how simple it is. Yes. But why? This how my regular ass face look. Why you want me to go outside of that for you? You've done nothing.
No.
You know, when a woman likes a man, the dude she's courting, her husband, when she see him walking up, she smiles.
She smiles.
No effort.
Nope.
Nigga, you gotta earn smiles. Can't just be telling women to smile out here. If you ain't done a goddamn thing for a woman to want to smile at you, nigga, be ready for resting bitch faces and frowns.
And I'm the queen of resting bitch face. First of all, I'm at work, and so if I'm focused on a task, I don't see shit. Okay. I really don't. I have tunnel vision. So if I'm thinking about what I'm about to do, I ain't even paying no attention to no shit. So I'm sure my face was just plain. But bitch, just walk on by. But he has to stop. I have not seen him walk by a woman in that hospital and not say nothing. He can't. He just like, it's like he can't help himself. And it usually be inappropriate shit. That was inappropriate. Saying Big Daddy was inappropriate.
Why he got a job?
I don't fucking know, but he creepy as fuck.
Somebody family member. Is he slow or is he regular? This dude seeming.
He just a creepy ass dude who need to mind the business that pays him. And me smiling is not the business that pays you, bruh. Walk on.
In this context, that would be Hillcrest. If he is indeed on the clock, Hillcrest is the business that pays you.
Not me. I don't pay you. So I've been having to avoid, and this is what I be trying to get men to understand about what it's like being a woman sometimes. I shouldn't even have to fucking deal with this. This shouldn't even be something that I have to be like, oh, here come this motherfucker. Let me go around. Because you just don't want to have to engage. That's what being a woman is like sometimes. Like, and everybody in the hospital knows. Like, everybody in the hospital knows, oh, he this and that. Everybody avoids him because he makes everybody uncomfortable. He's a fucking weird, just creep ass dude. Like, and I ain't the one. Like, I really I'm not the one at all. And if anybody is going to be anybody that he will stop speaking to, I'm going to make sure it's me. Because I'm going to be unpleasant as fuck. Stop talking to me.
He might look at that as a bigger challenge.
I hope not, Jesus. I hope he just be like, she's such a bitch. Let me just leave her alone. Good. Please do.
I hope so too.
Otherwise, that was strike 2. The Big Daddy thing was 1. Stopping me in the hall talking about you ain't gonna let me buy was strike 2. We don't need a 3rd strike. Just leave me the fuck alone, bro. Just stop. You don't want me to be red, okay? I'm in my professional, space. Don't make me be red, because we can do that. You're not going to like it. And I'm going to hurt your feelings, because his body is gigantic and his head is like this. Actually, that was how everybody described me to him. They was like, when I first got there, and they were, I was like, oh, how is everything and working with everybody? He was one of the first people I got warned about. And the way that they described him was like, he got an itty bitty head, but a gigantic body. Like, when you see him, you going to know it's him. And as soon as first time I laid eyes on him, I was like, that's that nigga. He like probably 6'5", but like a big old body, but a meany little
like big
head.
body, like fat, like Lavelle Crawford or Big Perm.
Yeah, because it's his middle part is really big, and then his legs and his arms are not, and then he got a little bit of head.
Like Grimace.
Yes. Yeah, like Grimace.
Candy corn upside down.
Jesus. Yeah, that's him. So that was exactly how he was described to me. It was like, it's the nigga with the little head. As soon as I saw him, I was like, oh, okay.
Okay.
And the first thing, he don't even know me. He still to this day don't know me or don't know my name. And what he said to me was, oh, that was nice of you to bring that for Big Daddy. Bitch, you don't even know me, my nigga. Like, that's something you say to somebody you know when you joking and you got that kind of relationship and you going back and forth. That is not something you say to a total motherfucking stranger, sir. I don't even know you. Big Daddy. I don't sit your ass out somewhere like, nigga, bye. Nigga, bye. No. So, yeah, that happened this weekend, right? And strike 3, I hope I don't run into him. Just stop talking to me. Don't make me, I don't want to have to do it. You gonna make me do it, though.
You gotta do what you gotta do. Fuck him.
Sick of him, man. And like I said, like, we literally, one of my coworkers was getting ready to go out and do an assessment, and she saw him standing out there, and she waited till he left. Like, people hate being around him. He makes you feel uncomfortable. He's just a creep. And I was like,
maybe he a regular ass dude, and he's like, I don't want none of these women fucking with me at work, so I'm gonna be a creep at work.
I don't think men think like that. I don't think men think of them being a creep and that being off-putting to women. He probably thinks he's very charming and funny, and I don't think men think like that. You think like that, but you're an anomaly. I do not think the average man thinks that if he's creepy, women will stay away from him, because men don't think they're being creepy. They just think they're being, smooth.
Them women be enabling that man. That's what they be doing.
Well,
they be like, ha 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 ha,
yeah.
And then they let him buy. He let them buy, and then he keep enabling his bullshit.
I ain't no enabler. I stood there stone faced as a motherfucker, like, you gonna move and I'm not gonna smile.
When he tell other women that thing about the food, they be like, ah ha ha ha, Big Daddy, and then they keep going. And
I just kept on walking like I ain't even hit this motherfucker, because you ain't talking to me.
He be going home, get his fucking Colt 45 tall, and be like, man, these bitches at work love me, bro. Hell yeah, man. You should hear him talking to me, man. They be calling me Big Daddy and everything, smiling at me all the time, man. Boy, this job is good, man. I like this job.
Oh, man. I'm going to be the one that's going to break that.
What's his role? Is he a janitor or?
A tech.
He
a tech.
See, these the kind of niggas that they be hiring to take care of these kids.
Yep.
It's a damn shame.
He's a fucking tech.
Whatever.
But I ain't the one. Like I said, I mean, that was strike two. And if he come up to me again and says some other inappropriate shit, I'm going to get him the fuck together. Because I ain't going to be one of these people you're going to keep coming up to because I keep, no, get away from me. I don't even know you. Fuck out my face.
You better collaborate with them other women and find out why the hell they deal with him. Shit, they might know of women that done disappeared after goddamn being mean to his ass.
I think women in general, because you have men that respond so poorly, it's the same reason why women, instead of just saying I'm not interested in you, will say I got a boyfriend or this or that, because you don't know how men are gonna respond, and you have some men that'll fuck you bitch and just get all out of pocket and shit. So I think in general women just don't be wanting to rock the boat because you, especially with a nigga you don't know, you just don't know. I feel more secure in rocking the boat because I'm at work. So if he get out of pocket, okay, they gonna fire you. So do what you need to. But like if I'm out, I don't know, cause you don't know, niggas is crazy.
And they gonna be hiding in your back seat. While you
why
ride
would
home.
You say that?
And as soon as you get out Hillcrest campus, he gonna reach his hands up and get you, and they can't do nothing because it ain't on work grounds no more.
What's wrong with you? Don't put that in that universe.
I'm just preparing you for
that big ass
crazy
nigga ain't gonna be able to be in the back of my seat and I not see him.
See, why can't you just say that? Why can't you just reason out why that wouldn't happen?
I just thought it through. This nigga ain't gonna be. He ain't sneaking nowhere. He's huge. He's not gonna be able to sneak nowhere. You gonna see him. I'll be walking up to my car and be like, "Who the fuck in my car?" Like he can't even crouch down behind the seat. He's huge.
Okay.
It's not gonna happen. I would see him and I would call security. Some motherfucker in my car. I wouldn't even go to the car. I just turn right on back around, walk right back on in the hospital. And be like, that crazy nigga's in my car. Need y'all to go get him. And I'm pressing charges. Yep. Sure am.
It's a damn shame.
It is but this is what men, if you do not know, or for those of you who don't understand, this is what it's like being a woman sometimes. It's just bullshit that you shouldn't have to deal with, that you just be like, I'm at work. Let me just work. Like, you literally got to bother every woman that you see because why? Like, and you got to say inappropriate shit like calling yourself Big Daddy. Nigga, bye.
That's why I'm glad I'm not a woman.
Because I don't do women. Are there women that do shit like that to y'all? Like, is that a thing? Do y'all have women that are like, that get out of pocket and just randomly?
Yeah. Big girls. Big girls, boy, they don't. Not every big girl is inappropriate, but if a girl is gonna be inappropriate, it's gonna be a big girl. They don't get as much action, I guess, and so they gotta go take it, and they be overly aggressive with that shit. The pretty girls, they don't have to go after the dude's
you
attention.
finna get a lot of shit for that because you saying big girls can't be pretty, or it sounds like that. So I don't want nobody coming for you.
I'm not drawing a parallel between big girls and pretty girls. I'm just saying pretty girls who believe they pretty.
Okay.
This can be big girls that believe they pretty. It ain't about what I objectively consider pretty. It's like girls that believe they pretty. It's girls that believe they too pretty to be out here going after dudes.
Yes.
But I think big girl is so stigmatized that it becomes that over magnified version of whatever. Like Lizzo. Body positivity, but I think that she's overcompensating.
She is, because it be too much sometimes. Like
She's overcompensating. So, I think big girls overcompensate in that area. And you could be a little girl that, overcompensate. But, I think big girls are so stigmatized that, a dude will take a butterface. It's a whole term for that shit.
It is a whole term.
Butterface. You know what I'm saying? It's a term for a girl that's got
good,
ugly face. And a body. A dude will take that, Or a dude would take a girl that don't have that much body if she look decent.
Yeah.
But big girls are stigmatized. Big dudes are stigmatized too. But men ain't never been sought after because of their, physical qualities. They've been sought after for their ability to provide. Yeah. So it don't really matter what dudes look like. Sometimes it do. Well, it do a lot, but when it come to at the end of the day, I don't know. I was finna say at the end of the day, you see a whole bunch more dudes with women who the women look good and you be like, how the hell did he get her?
Yes.
Versus you see a whole bunch of dude, fine light skinned looking motherfuckers with a big or questionable looking woman.
Yes.
You don't see that much.
No, you don't.
True. It's like,
I just played you a video of Kev on stage talking about how people, when they see him with his wife, be like, how did he get her? She's beautiful.
Yeah, Kev on stage when he ain't shaved, it looked like he stopped being homeless about 2 months ago. That's what he looked like. Like he got that beard that start curling up and shit.
But he's funny and he seems like he's a good dude. So like I feel like met because they've been together like before he even got to the level of notoriety that he has now. Because their kids are like teenagers. But I think he's just a funny ass dude that like just before you know it, you like, damn, I like this nigga. I don't even know when that shit happened.
Exactly.
The fuck?
See, questionable looking dudes gotta have redeeming qualities.
Yes.
Women too. Questionable looking anybody gotta have redeeming qualities. If you're gonna get somebody that's, above your attraction level, you gotta have some redeeming qualities, it's not like a big girl can't get a, smaller, decent looking dude.
Yeah. But
like, she gotta have decent qualities. I gotta have decent qualities. Like, it's like society don't look at me and be like I'm the go-to. But if they end up being in front of me and I can showcase some of those qualities, the only difficulty is I think that it's easier for women to accept those extra qualities in men than it is for men to accept those extra qualities in women.
Visual, and I think that the visual appeal is high up there for y'all, and so getting past that can be difficult for y'all sometimes, I think.
Yeah, because like I said, like we are judged as men by the attractiveness of the women that we keep around us.
Flavor Flav had like 2-3 seasons of women throwing themselves at
Flavor Flav is rich.
That's what I'm saying though. Like he looked like he was a burn victim. Like he looks like a raisin in the sun.
But rich brings another component to it. I mean, if Flavor Flav was broke, looking like he looked, and slinging the meat right, and charming, and funny, like a woman would much easier accept him than they'll accept than a man would accept a woman version of Flavor Flav. Like imagine what a woman version of Flavor Flav would look like.
It would be terrible.
You know what kind of dude would date her?
Who?
The kind that would want money because she rich. But I don't know. But I'm sure it's somebody for everybody. Beauty is in the eye of the beholder. But she have to be a certain level of freak that make him be like, man, she don't look all that hot, but she make me feel good. That's what they would have to do for him.
Oh my God. But yeah, just my experience with the creeper. And like I said, he's on strike 2. The next time I'm gonna get him together. And hopefully,
since you made your 90 days now.
Yeah, since I done made my 90 days now, I'm gonna get him together. Hopefully it will not be in front of too many people because people respond really poorly when they get embarrassed. But maybe that's what he needs. Shit, the fuck out of my face. Go do this with these other bitches.
I'm telling you.
He's not going to be able to get in my car.
I'm not worried about that. I'm telling you, you need to collaborate with these other women. They got a strategy that worked for them.
Don't work though.
You might make him more creepy. You gonna make him go start talking to these women. Is something wrong with me?
Look. Long as it ain't me.
You gonna be making them uncomfortable. Listen, all I know is dealing with this creep dude is much better than having a whole team of angry black women at your ass.
Gonna be mad at me for shit. All I did was try to keep him from bothering me. Y'all the ones that let him continue this kind of behavior.
But clearly, there's a cultural difference between the new girl coming in here, getting him together versus everybody else that's been enabling. They do it for a reason. Yeah. You ain't the first one that don't want it to do something, but if nobody else has done something, then that means that it don't work, or they got a system that they fucking value.
I don't know, but maybe he just will leave me alone. Maybe these two experiences with me has been enough for him to be like, she's a bitch.
Maybe not.
I hope so. We'll see though. And I hate, I love my hair. I dye my hair red because I enjoy it. But it be some times when I just be like, damn. Because people see me from far back and they know it's me. It's a lot harder to be inconspicuous when you got a red ass fro.
Next time he see you, when you going to have to get them together, he going to be like, I love when they play hard to get.
Oh, my God.
He going to say, where your ring at? You got a man.
Jesus Christ.
How about you take this little head and big body for a spin?
No.
Is he not attractive? Like if he was skinny,
No.
if he lost weight, start working out,
no.
Would he get the skin?
No.
Because some people just born with the face made for radio.
He has a face made for radio. He's not attractive.
That means that he would have to work out, get swole to overcompensate for that lack of face.
And even that. Some women that like, because I don't give a shit. You can be pudgy. I'm pudgy. We can be pudgy together. I'm not really one that. Actually, honestly, I'm going to be honest right now. When I see swole niggas, all I think of is he going to want me to go to the gym with him. I don't want to date him. Like, that is a turn off for me. Because I just feel like they're so into their bodies and how they look, and that's fine. You want to take care of yourself, that's cool. But I feel like they're going to want to share that with the person that they're with. And I'm not interested in sharing that shit. So for me, when I see that, I be like, nah, he going to be too much trouble.
So you need a regular looking dude.
I need a regular looking dude.
So you need like a Hank Hill, but with a light, not light skin, almost dark skin with a fade.
No, not a Hank Hill.
A black Hank Hill would clearly have ass, but like just really no definition, just regular body.
Yeah.
Little pudge maybe.
Yeah. Cause then he ain't gonna say shit about me being pudgy. We gonna be pudgy together and be all right with it.
You sound like me when I was looking for a doctor. I found this doctor, he was fat. I was like, ain't no way he gonna tell me about losing weight. Let me go talk to him. And if he do tell me about losing weight, it'll just be so much easier to hear from him than some skinny, swole vegan doctor.
And let me say, because I know that probably sounds like I just not interested. If I was with somebody that was pudgy and they was like, you know what, I'm gonna start going to the gym and Red, I want you to just go with me. I feel like that would be different than somebody that's dedicated, that goes 5 days a week and what is it? They meal prep and all that. I feel like that nigga from the jump is gonna, and I just
it's just like when you walk into the kitchen, he gonna be like, there's your green smoothie. And it's just a green smoothie on the table and he done threw the coffee maker away.
That kind of shit, like, nah, bro. So I need a regular ass dude. I'm not really one. I don't really. Again, I find, and I laugh because I'll be like on Bumble or one of the apps where you could swipe, and like I'm sure most women swipe right on this nigga because he got a nice physique. But all I see, all I hear is, Red, let's go to the gym. Red, you gonna meal prep with me this week? Like, I don't want to. I feel like they'll be too pushy about it. So somebody pudgy that just decide they want to maybe tone up, I'll go with you. I'll go with him. The nigga that's a gym rat, no, you good, bruh. I ain't the one for you. It's not gonna happen. I'm all right with what my body is. It's not. I think it's because I had abs. I was teeny tiny because my metabolism was on crack. I've been there. I don't care. It doesn't bother me. Or maybe that's what the difference is.
Maybe
it ain't that I've been like a size 6'4". Like, I've been there.
I had to let her know because she had this profile picture on her dating sites. Because I always scroll past her on dating sites and I look at her picture and read the profile. And she always had this picture of her like with running, a little iPod thing on her arm, sweating like she was running. I'm like, your ass don't run. You need to remove that photo.
I used to run. I don't anymore. Yes.
That should be misleading.
I don't have it up there no more. And I ain't that size no more, so it really be misleading because I ain't flat like that no more. So I took it down just because I don't want nobody to be like, yeah, it looked a lot smaller in your picture.
Yeah.
So all my pictures now are realistic to the size that I am. So you want to shut out the letter, do viral posts, or do viral posts and then shut out the letter?
Shut out the letter.
All right. Well, this is what happens when y'all don't send us letters. We ramble on about bullshit. So to help us not do that, please send us a letter. Comments about the show, questions that you may have, whatever it is, you can send it to our Gmail account, which is conversationconartist@gmail.com. You can find us on Facebook, Conversation Con Artist, and send it to us that way.
Viral post.
Viral post.
You talked about the coronavirus.
I
and
did.
you're not having it.
Yes.
Before you start popping that bubble wrap, remember the air in it is from China. Motherfuckers gonna be popping that bubble wrap and getting coronavirus in this motherfucker.
I have a story about the coronavirus actually for later, which is why I said that. But I am
viral infections and bacteria and shit can't survive in temperatures outside of the body. Is that right?
No. Because if that was the case, you being around somebody that was sneezing and shit, you wouldn't get sick.
Viral infections, not bacterial infections. Viral infections need the body heat, right? Or was it both of them?
I don't know.
Well, I know like STDs and stuff can't survive on the toilet and stuff. So what kind of, people be scared about that. People be like, I ain't sitting on no toilet. I ain't finna get no leftover herpes. Shit don't work like that, man. Somebody informed me about infections and stuff.
Yeah,
if y'all
somebody,
know about
one
it,
of our medical brother and
why
sister.
don't STDs survive? Like, why can't somebody get ass herpes from sitting on the toilet? It's like wrapping toilet paper around the toilet 50 times don't help. Nothing. It keep you from sitting on.
I squat.
Something that another person sat on.
Just hover. Just hover above.
That's good knee shit.
Yeah.
That's Megan Thee Stallion knee shit.
I ain't got no Megan Thee Stallion knees, but I can hover over the toilet.
I can't do that if I wanted to. We don't pee like y'all either, so
y'all
when we pee,
up
we can just stand up.
anyway.
So when I have to use the bathroom where I got to sit on it, it's an emergency situation. It's my internal be like, get your ass to the goddamn toilet now. That's not a fart. This is an emergency. If you try it, let's see how embarrassed you're gonna be today.
Oh my God.
I don't play that shit. I love when girls say, you probably couldn't handle me. Okay, Stephanie, I'm sure you lay on your back way better than anyone else.
Oh.
I feel like somebody who haven't had sex made this.
There are women that say that.
But the implication here is that a woman don't exist that can do things that need to be handled.
Well, I think what he's saying is that more often than not, he
might be making a problematic assumption.
Maybe.
This is assumption that leave your ass 2 minutes in and embarrassed as hell. You better come prepared. You better do like what's the actor name? I don't like him, but he played in Zoolander and
damn it, if you hadn't.
There's something about Mary. If you know that it might be somebody you can't handle, then you might need to rub one out an hour before it happened. Now don't let it get on your hand and your lady use it as gel for her hair.
Oh my God, that was such a that movie's so dumb.
That was not that won't happen. Don't let that happen. But
He's fucking with me that I can't think of his name.
Don't got a Z in it.
No, you're thinking of Zoolander.
I know I am.
I'll think of it as we keep going. It'll pop up and I'm gonna randomly just say the shit.
Okay. Him. But when you know that the person, like, there's things a woman can do that you can't handle.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't think he's saying that it doesn't exist. I think he's saying, and I think I think a lot of women do that. Will be like, oh, you can't handle this or whatever. And I think that the more women that say that, out of the women that say that, it probably is a small percentage that follows through.
It's things a woman that can do laying on her back that'll fuck you up too.
Yeah. But I think he was I don't think he was speaking to, I think he was just saying in general that most of the people that say that don't back the shit up. That's what I got from it.
No, that's not what I got from it. I got from it that he don't believe that women do anything other than lay on their back when it comes to sex. That's what I think. So I think that he's not informed about all the ways. And so I don't think this is an experienced person in sex, because in every position that exists, there's something a woman that can do that make you be like, whoa, whoa, whoa. Every position. Be about to end it for your ass. before it even got started. And if you ain't the kind of dude that can get a round two going, you can't even do nothing about it.
I don't know.
Getting that round two going is a struggle sometimes. But when she hit you with that, we need to talk later text at the start of your shift. Bruh, that'd be the longest, saddest goddamn shift ever. She might be about to tell you, I need you to start taking the trash out when it get to this level of full. But you ain't no telling what you thinking. Oh, Lord, she done had sex with another dude. Oh, she don't like me. Oh, she gonna tell me my meat too little. Oh, you don't know what it is. You just taking orders with no passion. And I'm saying that because I worked in a restaurant. You just making burgers, just thinking about how your life finna change. You finna be single again and shit.
Oh, my God.
That shit's devastating. Absolutely and utterly devastating.
Ben Stiller.
Ben Stiller. Okay. You had to look it up?
I did, because it was fucking with me.
Yeah, it's going to fuck with your brain. It's going to fuck with everybody else's brain, too. Well, everybody else, when I said it, sitting there saying, Ben Stiller! Ben Stiller, motherfucker! Oh, I can't stand these motherfuckers, can't hear us. Ben Stiller! Oh, they still don't know. Goddamn! I'm glad you looked it up.
Ben Stiller, yes.
Valentine's Day is for pretty women only. You ugly hoes had Halloween.
Wow.
Yeah. Now,
And he probably ugly.
I don't approve of the messages. I just post them. Okay. I'm not. Look, there is somebody for everybody.
He probably unattractive while he's saying this shit.
Of course. Only ugly dudes be saying shit like that. And they think they look good. It be like a Nigerian dude that's bald headed in the middle with a wife beater on up under a sweatshirt that's buttoned down just right there so you can see the wife beater.
George Jefferson.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That shit. I just don't get it. I understand they don't want to eat meat. No problem with that at all. Why do vegans want their food to look like meat and be flavored like meat? If they're against eating meat, they shouldn't even have a look-alike. I mean, corn chicken style flavor. Oh, it tastes like chicken, but it isn't. To me, that's still not right. Eating the flavor of the chicken, even though it's not chicken. These people, the response said, for the same reason people use dildos. Look the same, feel the same, feels a hole, no hearts are broken in the process. I won't create that as a lateral, but that's their response.
I mean, that's an interesting response to that.
Yeah.
But I think the reason I think that meat alternatives look like meat is just because once you decide that you're not going to eat meat, if you had, because like the animal, whatever your reasoning is, if you done ate meat your whole life, it's hard to walk away from that shit. It's hard. So I think that's why it looks like meat and it tastes like meat, because you know it's not meat, so your conscience is fine, but your stomach feels like, okay, we still doing this.
And you know, there is a psychological component to growing up in a society that eats meat, because if somebody bought me some chicken and figured out how to make it look like corn, I'd be like, nah, I ain't eating that.
No.
Or if they gave me, finely ground chicken that was made like grits, I don't want to eat that. This is potted meat at this point. It's like, even us meat eaters would not accept meat in some ways that meat could be given to us.
Yes.
If there was a meat ice cream, I wouldn't eat that shit.
Hell no.
So it's like, I feel like the reason that we need our meat shaped a certain way is the reason why they need their meat shaped a certain way. And the ways that we eat a lot of stuff are conducive to how they shape. Like a vegan that want a hot dog gonna need a sausage fucking shaped piece of vegetable.
Yes. You
know what I'm saying? Like, I think that the part of it is psychological for our society. So I understand it. I don't agree or like it, but I understand it. But there's hope. They got that. They got that Impossible Burger.
Mm-hmm. My boss eats that a lot. She's not vegetarian or vegan. She just.
I watched a documentary called The Game Changers. Mm-hmm. And it was just about like how life changes on a vegan diet. Man, there's so many different shits that having a vegan diet mess up. I mean, makes better. That meat seem to mess up. I don't know, man. It was a dude who did a test on penis hardness and how long it's hard, like when you sleep. Because, you know, it's an automatic body response. So when you go to sleep, the penis will get hard every now and then, go back down and get hard. You know, but they ate a meat diet one day and a non-meat diet the other day and just did the results. And I was like, man, is it really impacting this much? Are we really not supposed to be out here eating meat? That just make me wonder why God made meat so delicious if God is real. You know, that give me another pause for the Bible. Like, that's just another form of torture. You know, why would he give us teeth that ain't supposed to chew meat because they ain't sharp and tear meat off of bones?
But again, for me, that argument doesn't wash because it's the same. That's like saying that, okay, so there are apes that have learned to use tools to open nuts and crack nuts open. They use those tools. That's like saying, well, they shouldn't be able to eat the nuts if they can't get them open naturally. Like, we have the sentience to develop ways of making meat where we're able to eat it. Like, we're not savagely eating it off the bone like a goddamn lion, but I don't think that means we're not meant to eat it.
Well, what I'm saying is that there are creatures that are more finely cultivated to be able to do these things.
To eat it off the bone.
What I'm saying, no. Even nuts. There are creatures that are cultivated to eat nuts, and gorillas ain't one. They just strong enough to use what strength they have to do it. Just
or smart enough to use tools in order to access the thing that they want to eat, like we do with the meat. Like, to me, that's like saying if you cannot naturally access it, then I mean, even within the animal kingdom, they do that. They figure out ways.
For me, that goes back into the a conversation about God. Okay, did God be like, yeah, I'm gonna make Adam and Eve like this, they teeth like this, because the Garden of Eden is a fucking garden, ain't number of vegetables and fruits, ain't no animals here, so I'm gonna make them to eat this. And then when he sent them down to earth after they fucked up, he was like, God damn, they ate the apple, man. I thought they was gonna be good. And then he sent them down there, and then he was like, well, let me put some vegetables up. And then he saw him bust a chicken head wide open and break the neck and then cut the motherfucker open and cook it. And they'd be like, well, goddamn, I didn't even think about that. I didn't even think they would be capable of this. But they are cooking my other creations and eating them shits. I didn't even think about this shit. I didn't. You know, I wonder if our intelligence is something that's advanced beyond God's intention. Listen, all I want y'all to do is be naked, walk around the garden, eat everything but this bush. It might be a snake wandering around here that talk. You are not hallucinating. It's here. I can't find the motherfucker to get him out of here, but don't listen to him. He is full of lies and bullshit. He's going to tell you stuff that ain't true. Okay? You know, so that's all I ask of you. That's all you got to do. Ain't no books. Ain't no learning. All of the knowledge is in them apples. But I don't want you to eat that. And the snake come up and be like, you know, y'all will know much as God know if y'all eat them apples. You know that, right? And Eve is like, I'm finna go get Adam because we ain't supposed to be talking to you. And Adam come over there like a man. Hey, you said we're going to be as smart as God, huh? And then that's bullshit. So I don't know. I'll get off on a tangent. I don't know if God is goddamn intended for us to be where we at.
I don't know, because you have all these diseases, but we have doctors that, again, develop cures for things, because otherwise we'd all be dead. Like,
but again,
as we progress, our intellect and the ability to like find solutions is what keeps the species going. But
again, the animals that eat meat raw have the teeth to eat meat raw. We can't eat meat raw. But
I don't think that means that we're not meant to eat meat raw. Well, I don't think it means we're not meant to eat meat.
But I don't think that still invalidates that our teeth is made for vegetables. Just because we have found ways to cultivate how to eat meat in a way that we can't chew it, don't mean that we're naturally made to chew it. You know, the animals that have teeth that are naturally made to chew it eat that shit off the bone. They eat that shit off the bone, and you know what they don't eat? Fucking vegetables, berries, bushes.
There are omnivore animals that eat
Yeah,
both.
there are, but like the animal that will eat a gazelle is not looking for berries. If there are no gazelles around, they will die. Or they will eat their own little cubs.
But I wonder if you had a cub in captivity and you only fed it vegetables, if it would survive. If it was never introduced to meat, if it never was introduced to that instinct of hunting, because they teach their young to do this. If it was never taught to do that, would it survive off of vegetables?
It depends on, and I don't know the answer to this. It depends on what their body made out of. Like, do they have?
I don't know.
You know, an appendix for cows is what processes all that grass they eat. That's what it does. That's all the appendix does.
Our appendix don't do shit.
Exactly, because we done started eating meat for the goddamn last 200 years. Appendix for us don't do shit but burst and damn near kill us.
Yes.
Meaning that we have a whole ass organ in our body that ain't made for nothing but processing grasses and shit that is not functioning no more. So that's just another part of we supposed to be eating that shit. We've just found ways not to.
But we do still eat, like, nobody has a full meat diet. We still eat vegetables and shit. So I don't know why the appendix would.
We eat vegetables and shit, but we're not dependent upon vegetables for our survival, like it would seem to be. But either way, I don't know. All I'm saying is, and I watched another documentary that was talking about if you look at what some of the traits that we have that aren't functional anymore, if you look at them in other animals, you might be able to trace back and see why we have that. And that's when they talked about the appendix. The appendix, we don't have it. We only thing it do is burst and damn near kill us right now.
I could see it if we completely stopped eating vegetables and that eliminated it. But we eat vegetables and meat. We're omnivores. We're not carnivores. We're not tigers and bear. Well,
but we're not naturally carnivores. We're not naturally carnivores.
We're not carnivores at all. We're omnivores.
We're omnivores. We're not naturally meat eaters. I mean, imagine how hard it was to actually eat meat back in the day.
But I'm saying, why would that completely shut out the appendix, though? If you're still eating things that it would be used to process. Like, it's not like we completely stopped eating vegetables. It's not like the caveman was like, oh, fuck this shit. We got meat now. No vegetables. Like, you don't even have a meal without something else. Nobody just eats meat.
The whole point of having this conversation was if a lion cub didn't have meat, would they survive?
Yes.
So I don't know the answer to that. I don't know if meat went away for us, we could survive off of trees and stuff, but our bodies would be processing it differently. We happen to have the organ that will allow all of them vegetables to be processed. But if you just give a lion cub vegetables, I don't know if they got something like an appendix that would process all of that at the rate that they would need to survive. It might kill their ass somehow.
I don't know.
It's like salt water. If you put a lobster in water that don't have salt in it, they will suffocate. They will die. Like at this point in ocean creatures' existence, iodine is a very big part of their existence. Like they have to have salt. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I wonder. I need to look that up because I feel like somebody somewhere has had that same question, especially if there are people who want to make an argument for vegetarian, vegan diets. I bet it's been done.
Like if you finna boil a lobster, all you gotta do is put it in the water for a little bit without salt. He gonna die anyway. But you know, when a lobster dies naturally, they release this enzyme inside that fuck up all the meat. Yeah. That's why you gotta kill them. That's why you gotta chop. You gotta stick a knife right in the center of them. Ugh. If a lobster, if a lobster die in a tank full of lobsters, then it impact the whole tank. Like you gotta remove it in a certain amount of time, or you can't eat any of them lobsters, even the ones that's alive.
Damn.
I used to work at Red Lobster. They used to make us have meetings and talk about this shit. How long does it take for a lobster to become 1 pound? 4 fucking years.
I'm mad that you still remember this.
If you eat a 10-pound lobster, which exists, that's a 40-year-old ass lobster.
Damn.
I'm wrong on that. It's more years than that. I want to say it takes like a certain long amount of years to get to 1 pound, and then after that it's 4 years for each additional pound. I can't remember. I don't work there no more. I ain't gotta do that shit like that. Fucking free man. But anyway, off on a tangent. We do need, it'd be helpful to find out like what creatures could survive if you absolutely change their diet.
I'm gonna find out because now I'm curious.
You know, we just happen to be able to process a lot of different shit. But maybe that's us not processing the shit, which is what that documentary was talking about. We're not processing the meat properly. It's fucking up our cholesterol. It's fucking up our meat hardness. It's fucking up everything going on with us. We don't have no energy because we made to be eating vegetables, but we eat something that our body ain't even processing right. That could be, I don't know. It was an informative documentary. Okay. Fuck Hooters. We need a black-owned restaurant called Cakes or Yams with all big booty black girls swinging so much ass they knocking over drinks and niggas ain't even mad.
No.
You want to go to Hams with us?
No, we're not going to Hams.
I mean Yams or Cakes.
Whatever.
Why not?
Because I just feel like
You been to Hooters with us?
I have, but Hooters. I feel like if somebody created that restaurant, it would just be terrible. Like being in there, like the behavior of the niggas that were in, I just feel like
It'll be like being in a room with a bunch of gorillas. Let me get something to drink. like
I feel like it would be so fucking terrible.
I hate that about men. I hate it.
Like I don't think it would.
It's like it's one like for me, I can definitely acknowledge a woman with a fantastic figure. I can acknowledge it and I look at it and I be like, nice. And then I go on about my day. But men get completely deconstructed by that shit.
Yeah.
They forget they in a relationship. They forget they married. They forget they got an STD. They forget that they ain't got good social skills. They forget everything.
Yeah.
They just be like, oh my God, she's bad. Yeah, ooh wee. And then once she out the sight, be like, I have a wife. I have a woman.
Yeah.
Why am I thinking like this?
So imagine the bad decisions that would be made in Yams. I wouldn't go with y'all to that shit. I wouldn't even want a seat. Y'all, every time y'all went to Yams, I'd be like, I see y'all later.
But I don't go for the yams. I go for the wings.
Okay. I'll catch y'all on another wing spot. I just wouldn't go with y'all to Yams. I would tell y'all not to go to Yams. I just wouldn't go to Yams with y'all.
But you went with us to
I went to
Homewood Hooters.
because
That's the black Hooters. They had ass in there.
Yeah. But it's in the midst of the white girls too. It ain't. I'm saying I feel like
not that one.
Not
that one.
I feel like that's like going to, what is it, Magic City, or like I feel like it would be like going to Magic City. That's what Yams would become.
To a strip club.
Yes, and I don't want to be there. So I would catch y'all on the next trip. I'm gonna stay at the house with.
They have twerk tips. They have twerking.
Probably have a twerk contest, amateur. It just be too much.
Twerk tips just at the end of your meal when you get your tab. You do a little clap action, and they give you a little extra tip.
I don't want to be there for that. I'm gonna let y'all have it.
I don't like strip clubs. I just feel like they twerking disease in your face. Like, would you let the woman with would you let the woman with the baddest body that you done ever came into make it clap in your face with sweat popping all over you if you knew she had syphilis? I hope the answer is no. But I can't be certain. All right. Nothing beats my ex asking me for my half of the light bill that was $150.50. Gave him $75. He asked if I had the quarter. Response. He asked for half, not 49.83%. And the last person said, I'm mad it's exactly that percentage. Calculated it down to the T.
Damn.
This the same girl, Eartha Clit. I mentioned her last time.
Yes, she had one.
I don't remember what she said.
I don't remember either, but.
All right. After rewatching the game, I realized the 49ers collapsed in the fourth quarter of the Super Bowl because after she goes to bed, take her credit card and use it to buy the new Jordans. Foot Locker now gives you the option to rename your purchase, file it under Fenty. Good luck, King. So clearly the first part of this post was so women would quit looking so that he could tell them to take her credit card and put it under Fenty. And that way she won't even know that it was some Jordans that was purchased. I hope this ain't common knowledge because I'm throwing the game off, but
Wow.
Don't steal your woman's credit card, okay?
No,
That's
don't date
bad.
a nigga that would steal your credit card.
Well, nobody knew that this credit card was gonna get stolen until it did.
I feel like no, cause okay, so there is a YouTuber that I hate watch, and the reason I say I hate watch her is because it's just a big ass train wreck, her life, and I don't even know why she like records this, but she used to be gay. Now she claims she was never gay, even though she was in a whole ass relationship with a girl and it was on YouTube with it. She done deleted all the videos of her and the girl like it didn't happen. Got with this raggedy nigga that does not work. She makes pretty good because she has a pretty popular YouTube channel. Had a set of twins with him. She real small and everybody thinks that she wasn't eating enough and had them early. But anyway. Now she pregnant again. The twins just turned a year old. Now she pregnant again with a baby because she wanted to give him a son. He wanted a son. The twins were girls. This new baby is a girl. But I say all that to say, this nigga the most raggedy nigga. He doesn't work. He doesn't really want to be there with her or them kids. Yes, she buys stuff. They just had an anniversary, and she showed him on video begging her for her card to go in and buy some kind of expensive ass shoes that he wanted. So like sometimes you do know if you with a nigga that'll steal your credit card. Like sometimes you know he that nigga.
Has she told a story on the podcast or the YouTube about him stealing a credit card from her?
No, but I'm sure he has.
He was asking in the example that you gave.
He was asking, but he also
You have no evidence to your claim
that he steals her credit card. She told him no, and she didn't give him the card. And he went on about how, what did he say? I'm sure, stole her card later. She's the kind of, we would never know. She would never tell us because she wants everybody to believe she has this fairy tale life. So he could have been and stole her credit card numerous times. She would never admit to it.
But you don't have the evidence to support that he done stole anybody's credit card.
Circumstantial evidence from those vlogs to say he probably steals her credit card.
No, I can't let you have that.
I have circumstantial evidence.
No, you don't.
You can have you can lock somebody all up. Was it enough circumstantial?
You just have assumptions.
No.
That's all that is.
That because you haven't seen
You assume because he dusty that he done stole her credit card before. You need more than... There's a lot of dusty niggas that ain't thieves.
It's because you hadn't seen them. It's because you hadn't seen them.
No. I don't care if I seen him or not.
You saw her.
If she ain't told a story about her credit card getting stole by him.
I'm surprised she left that shit in there about him begging for her card. Because everybody...
Why are you filling in the gaps with the bullshit you want to be true, though?
What you mean?
You want him to be a credit card thief.
He's stolen from Walmart and got banned from Walmart. That's not me making that up. That happened. He had a hit and run at Dunkin' Donuts because it's a whole little.
Okay, so he's grimy.
He's grimy.
He's a goon.
Yeah.
But this his bread and butter.
She done
without stealing her credit card, he probably get what he want.
Up until this point, but I don't think they have. So she thought having the babies and all of this was going to up her views. The views are kind of low. So now the general consensus of everybody in the comments is that they struggling because they were in a house. Now they back in an apartment. Like it seems like shit's not going well. So now even if she wanted to splurge on him like she was doing before, she can't if she want them to be able to survive. He the kind of nigga that don't give a shit about that though. Cause he know they ain't got no money. He's still talking about getting it. And it's her fault because when they got together, she was buying him all kind of Gucci, and like he turned 25. She bought him 25 designer gifts, like dumb shit. She started this, and now he expects her to continue to keep him in the lifestyle he's become accustomed to.
Okay, he is a garbage manipulator and takes advantage of her money, but he ain't stole her card.
He ain't had to, but I feel like we
you feel like he got card stealing potential.
I feel like I have enough circumstantial evidence that I can lock him up if this was a case.
You a Tyler Perry lawyer.
No, I'm not.
Yes, you is. In this situation, you're as a Tyler Perry lawyer.
I have watched tons of video.
If you was in front of a judge talking about something, he robbed Walmart he stole out of Walmart one time, and she bought him 25 designer gifts, and he dusty, and he always be trying to take from her. The judge is not gonna say, well, he definitely stole that credit card. That ain't gonna how that happen.
It isn't gonna. But when I give him all of this video evidence, the things that he's been doing to show the character of who he is. Your character assassination will get you a long way in a court case. Again, you know I watch a lot of ID channel. People didn't got locked up for less. That's all I'm saying.
Well, that means you can get him locked up without concrete evidence of him having stolen a credit card.
Circumstantial evidence is not concrete evidence.
That's a broken system.
That's that's what the basis of circumstantial evidence is.
That means
it's circumstantial. In these
broken.
circumstances, this could potentially have happened.
This ain't Minority Report. Next. It's a girl or a woman with a shirt on that says, "This girl wants an abortion-free." You look like USA is what the rest of the shirt say. She said, "I talked the mom out of abortion in February. Her baby is 6 months old now and was just removed from her family's custody by DCS. Unfortunately, it was probably a justified removal. But this family put me down as next preferred placement for this baby. Dude, me? No. I do way too much for this work already. A 6-month-old would break me, destroy my marriage and physical health. I just can't."
Because you wanted the baby to be here. So what you mean? They can't take care of this baby that you felt like should be here. And so they put you down as the person to get the baby because you felt so strongly about this person who obviously did not have the capabilities of being a mother to give birth to this baby. I don't see the problem. That's what happens. But this is my issue with people that are pro-life. They are not pro-life. They are pro-birth. They don't give a fuck what happens after these kids get here. They don't care about these kids growing up in poverty. They don't care about these kids being brought into circumstances that are going to keep them from ever being able to be successful in life. They don't care nothing about that. You're not pro-life. Pro-life means that you give a fuck about the life of this child and the quality of life. You care about this child being born. Once they get here, you don't give a fuck. They're here now. And you did your duty. You felt like you did your duty when you convinced her to have this baby. Now you don't want to do nothing. You don't want to be bothered now. That's not pro-life. That's pro-birth. Get it right. Say you pro-birth. Don't be out here talking about you pro-life. You're not pro-life if you don't give a fuck about what happens when the baby gets here. Because that's the big part. You know, getting them here is cool, but feeding them and raising them and giving them opportunities to become productive citizens, that's the major part. More so than the birth.
Yeah. Exactly. And I'm going to let you have that one. This was made by Shad Moss, who you all know as Lil Bow Wow, or just Bow Wow, I guess these days.
It's already going to be bad.
"I'm tired of these old niggas trying to stay current by jumping on whatever is hot just to stay afloat. Real talk, it's too much ass kissing in hip hop." What do you know about what's going on in hip hop? Shad goddamn Moss. You don't know shit. Okay? Bow Wow, you ain't been a rapper in a long ass time. What the hell do you know about what's going on in the rap world? Nothing. Okay?
Ooh, he mad.
Shad, go rebrand yourself. Maybe you need to get on whatever's hot. That old shit ain't working for you. I assume you made this tweet because you aren't willing to do no new shit. You know, just stop. Don't get on an airplane and pretend like you on a private jet. You in fucking coach. Don't do that, man. You the problem. You the problem. You are faking the funk. You ain't got the life you want, and so you showing people the life that you wish you had. And that shit ain't working. And now you calling out people from stuff you don't got nothing to know what's going on. How can you possibly know what's going on from your basement? That gotta be where he at. He gotta be in the basement somewhere. I hope it's his. I hope it ain't his mama's or his uncle's. You know.
And I'm gonna let you have that one.
I wonder how much money they get paid from royalties and shit. He probably getting paid enough money to survive forever off it. Now, Jermaine Dupri probably robbed that boy.
But
and his mama.
Royalty. How often do you hear Bow Wow's music? In order for you to get paid off a royalty, the music still has to be being used.
I don't know how royalties work.
I
I know royalties for acting work where, like, if USA play your movie for 30 years, you're going to get a check in the mail.
But that's what I'm saying.
But what if Bow Wow's music is in that movie, too?
Yeah. But
then,
when is the last time you heard a Bow Wow song?
I don't know. People be getting royalties for a long time for stuff. Like, they still getting Friday royalty checks.
Because Friday is still a popular, like, people still watch Friday. Friday is still.
But imagine how many movies Fresh as Our Meals was in and other Bow Wow songs was in that he might be getting. He could be getting a little check. Man. Movies that he played in that he wasn't the main character, but T.I. That was ATL.
Roll Bounce. You think
Bow Wow wasn't in that movie.
No, Bow Wow was in Roll Bounce.
Oh,
which don't nobody even fucking watch.
He was in Great Value Skate movie. ATL was the name brand and Roll Bounce was the Great Value.
So he wasn't even in the popular one. So I don't know. Maybe he gets the royalties, but it ain't a lot. I don't ever hear no Bow Wow song. Like, even when I listen to, like, you know, early 2000s music, 90s, I never, like, when I had Sirius XM, a Bow Wow song never fucking played. And they played the same music all the time.
Well, his net worth is $2.5 million. And 2017 it was 1.5 million.
How'd it go up?
They say most of his work comes from selling albums and mixtapes.
What albums?
I don't know.
Right.
I don't know. You know, I don't know.
Right.
If Shad Moss don't pop up in Spotify,
no,
I never know because I ain't putting Bow Wow in nothing. I don't even want that shit in my search history. That's why I put Shad Moss net worth. The nigga ain't Bow Wow to me no more. This is Shad Moss.
I have nothing to add.
They say 2020 he's back down to 1.5.
I don't think he was ever up, but whatever.
I'm sure he was.
Oh, he been on them little shows though. He was on Growing Up Hip Hop. That's probably what he was on there. Forgot about that. He been on Growing Up Hip Hop.
Last one. This tweet is from a dude named Broke Nigga Advocate. Meeting a woman right after she ended her whole phase is annoying. I want my dick sucked like the nigga you met before me. What's your thoughts?
I don't have any.
Yes, you do.
I have none.
You have made a whole fucking gesture. And you got no thoughts.
I have no thoughts. Yeah, poor you.
You know, this the same thing as when a girl come from an ain't shit nigga to a nice guy. Well, like, clearly he was beating it up. But now she's tired of that life, so she go find her a nice guy. And, you know, he probably still beating it up while she talking to the nice guy. But she would never do nothing with the nice guy because of the dude that was beating it up. That's how it happens. That's how it works.
Yeah, but you can't be mad that somebody got their life together and say, you should still be in your whole phase. I want my dick. It sounds terrible.
Man.
She got her life together. She can't be a hoe forever. I didn't mean for
that's the assumption that she is not a hoe anymore. She might still be a hoe. She might just still be on a pit stop with you until she go suck some more meats after you.
I have nothing.
These nice guys ain't gonna cut it for me. So
he don't sound like no nice guy saying that shit.
Well, yes he do.
Does he?
Yes he do. Because clearly he's willing to accept it. He just don't like it. He said it's annoying when they go into their whole phase. He just want his dick sucked like everybody else. He didn't say I don't fool with girls that after that. You know?
I don't know.
Who knows? Except for him. But go for it. What you got?
So, since we talked about coronavirus, the Chinese doctor who broke the news of the coronavirus has reportedly died from the illness.
Yep.
Oh my God.
What you know about that?
It's terrible and ironic that he discovered this shit, or discovered that it was I don't think he discovered coronavirus. I think he discovered that there was a potential epidemic happening. And because he was doing work around the coronavirus, in order for him to find this type of shit out, he got it and died from it. That's why I wouldn't be one of those people that work around diseases trying to find cures, because I don't want to catch the shit on the way to a cure.
You know what kind of country China is, right?
As far as
Like, Shogun will probably have more insight on this, but like it's more conspiracy based because China would be angry that a doctor there communicated to the world that this virus was discovered. And
so you think they think somebody killed him?
Yeah, they think that he didn't have that much time here because he, that got the just like the first viral poster we read about the air and the bubble wraps. Yeah. Like China don't like that kind of shit. China don't like for things that may impact their economy to come from their citizens and go out to the world. So they try to control rhetoric. It ain't like North Korea, because North Korea, they don't even got the internet. Like they got this, I guess they got this state issue internet where it ain't number like 5 websites. I love NorthKorea.com, NorthKoreaIsGreat.com, learn more about the greatness of NorthKorea.com, NorthKoreaIsTheShit.com, and North Korea, just NorthKorea.com. That's the only websites they got. So you go to them and there's a bunch of different ways you can click on links that tell you how great your leader is and how horrible America is and how whoever their allies is good. I don't know if they got allies or not.
China.
And China ain't that deep on the shit. But China will fuck you up if you're doing stuff that might fuck up they economy, they system.
But they don't care. The system, because they don't give a shit about they have days over there where people have to walk around with masks outside because it's so much smog and so
many people.
And it's so many motherfucking people. So it's not surprising that an epidemic or a virus is spread and it came from China. It's a million motherfuckers per square mile in fucking China. Like, not surprising. What do y'all... You need to be concerned about your overpopulation if you're going to be concerned about shit like viruses getting out and being blamed on y'all.
If a whole new disease came out in America, American government would shut that shit down. And if that shit ended up over in another country, America gonna say that it didn't originate here. They'll send that sick motherfucker to the Philippines or something. They'll send people all over. They'll make 10 motherfuckers sick on purpose and send them to 10 different countries. Tell them to cough on people when they walk by.
So do you think the people in China killed him because he made them look bad?
I don't know enough about the case to say conclusively that that's the case, but I'm just saying that's what they're saying.
I mean, it's a contagious ass. If he working with that and wasn't careful, I could see him catching it and dying from it. Cause it's like the fucking flu. It ain't even nothing. You treat the symptoms. You ain't no cure for it. So if he
it's questionable as to how the first person that got it didn't die. But a whole ass doctor that got it after the first person got it died. But the first person who got it still alive? That don't make sense to me. Like, is it a time released? Like, is it a certain amount of time that you got to do? Or was this doctor just have a weak ass, did he have a weak ass immune system?
Or maybe that person, when they got sick, went to the hospital, stayed in the hospital. Maybe he just kept working.
That nigga's a doctor, man. When he had symptoms, I'm pretty sure they would have did something.
So. I doubt it. I don't know.
Well, I don't know. I don't know what it is. I know that China's crazy. America crazy too. It ain't like we ain't doing no stupid ass shit like that out here.
Mm-hmm.
But
I mean, there's been a bunch of cases of it here too. I have to do a screening for it at work now. Have to ask people who they been around and shit. We got a flu epidemic. It's been whole schools been closed down here in Alabama because of the flu.
Yeah, that's been happening.
We got that shit going
on. So last week we talked about Kobe, and we're not gonna be able to stop talking about Kobe apparently. So Gayle King, which is a journalist.
And Oprah's best friend.
Oprah's best friend. I wonder what perks come along with being Oprah's best friend. I wonder what she done bought Gayle.
Plutonium.
Like if you goddamn
outrageous thing.
Both if they being that close to plutonium, they'll both be dead. Goddamn, they'll be bald headed, eyebrows gone, and everything.
That's the most outrageous thing I can think of. I don't know.
I'm saying if you had an unlimited amount of money, you can buy anything, what would you do for your friends?
Depends on the friend. I don't think you have a sweeping. I mean, it depends on what Gayle kind of shit Gayle. Like, I don't even know if I could do the same thing for all of you niggas. I feel like I would need to do something different for all of y'all.
What would you do for me?
What would I do for you? Something food related. Not like you eating food, but like you, like, I don't know, flying you out somewhere to learn how to make something that you enjoy eating that you may not know how to eat from people, the natives, or some shit like that. Something like that.
Too small.
How is that too small?
You got an unlimited amount of fucking money.
Just tap the search chip below.
What's your phone doing?
Google, ain't nobody. Google heard you say the natives or some shit like that. Oh no, me say the natives or some shit like that. Something like that. And it's, I don't know what Google doing.
Okay, her phone just spoke out of turn. You're thinking too small, ma'am.
I ain't got no money. I'm thinking like a bitch with no money. I don't know what I would do if I had
I need
unlimited.
you to think about a person with money.
I can't think like that. I'm broke. I don't know.
Man,
I
if
don't
I
know.
had Oprah level money, I'm gonna have a grace period where I'm gonna ball out with my friends and the people I know. After that, I'm going to a nigga that's frugal. Like, it's dead now. I've done everything for everybody. If you ain't get enough from me, suck my nuts at this point. Okay? But, I mean,
don't know.
everybody getting houses built. Everybody getting cars. I mean, we designing. We getting a studio.
Oh, yeah.
Like, everybody quitting their job. Like, my friends, everybody quitting their job. We finna create new professions for everybody.
We got to get you rich then.
Look, we gonna make money. We gonna get in a studio. And I don't care if it's a podcast studio, a music studio, if niggas want to rap, a writing studio, a video game studio. Like, this gonna cater to all the people around me. We making studio on studio on studio, and we finna get in here and we finna create content, and it's either gonna work or it's not gonna work.
I know what you could get for Rock, man. Just a
There's a writing studio and a video game studio. That's what's happening. What resources do you need? How much camera equipment do we need to record videos, to become YouTubers?
Yeah.
To get out here and do create content.
Yeah.
You know, what we got to do to get this radio station off the ground, make it something bigger than it is.
Oh, Cole Jackson could do that.
That's what I'm saying. How we do that? What do we make that? Do we need an anime studio? I don't know what Leroy Ketchum would need. Anime. I don't think he's into creating anime.
You
But
gotta get him a sports team
anime,
or some
sports,
shit.
broadcast, whatever. I'm
gotta
just
get that nigga
saying,
a
like, the
sports
people
team.
in my circle, if that shit would ever happen, like, we all got to come up together, period. You know? And, you know, if I move from here, y'all just no longer in my circle now. It's going to be my new niggas wherever I go.
Oh,
So
that's
sorry
rude
about
as
that.
fuck.
That's just what it is. That's just what it is. Like, that's what happened. Like, all my niggas from AUM gonna come up talking about some, hey, what's up, man? We was cool. Y'all ain't my friends now. I mean, we cool, we acquaintances, but y'all ain't my friends now. My friends now are the one, like, if you move away to California and you got you a whole bunch of friends and y'all, you know, that's your new group, I don't expect you to come down here and do what I'm talking about. You know what I'm saying? Like, your new friends' dreams is what you're going to adhere to.
I can't even imagine making new friends at this age. Cause me and you been friends forever, and the only reason I'm friends with these other niggas is because you happen to get your cable done, your internet.
Yeah.
Like, this is all circumstance.
It was hard to become your friend.
Yeah.
Mean ass. So fucking mean. I sent her a message on Black Planet one time before I even knew who she was.
Did I respond?
No response. No response. And then I saw you working on the campus, and I was like, I didn't recognize you as the girl I sent the message on Black Planet, though, but you was mean when I went in there. And there was another mean ass lady that worked in there. I don't remember her name.
Miss Hargrove?
Yes.
I couldn't stand Miss Hargrove.
She was mean as hell.
She was.
And you was mean.
I wasn't mean. I have a mean face.
The only thing that bonded us was that we moved into the same apartment complex.
And we played video games.
And we met in the laundry room.
We did.
And she the one that spoke.
I did.
She was like, you go to AUM, don't you? You used to live on campus. Yeah. From there, we became friends.
I wasn't mean then.
I'm just saying that shit wasn't easy still.
You have to catch me on a good day.
You got to catch on a good day at the right time with nobody watching. You got to have something very particular connecting you to that she happens to know about that she can bring up at that very specific moment that y'all meet each other.
Well, I don't make a lot of friends.
Exactly. That's the problem. You make friends with motherfuckers with red hair probably easy. Other motherfuckers with red hair, that's probably how y'all will talk.
Yeah, it would be would that be the way in? Yeah. But I feel awkward when I talk to people. So if I don't have something that I feel like I could already talk to you about, I'm not gonna talk to you. I have to have a plan, because if I don't have a plan, I feel weird and like I'm not gonna say the right thing. So I have to have a plan.
Everybody should have a plan. That's how motherfuckers walk up to you and say some old creepy shit like, "Hey, we both got eyes." Be like, "Okay, is this Jeepers Creepers? Is this nigga finna take my eyeballs? Let me get away from this motherfucker."
Be a little bit more specific than we both got eyes.
You gotta have a plan.
It need to be interesting, something interesting. But yeah, it's just how I've always been. Like, I want to say me and Shamela, you know Shamela, how do we become friends? We became friends through somebody that neither one of us are friends with now. She always joke and says she stole me from the other girl because I was friends with the other girl, and somehow we became friends.
How did you lose that friendship?
How did we get out? She pledged a sorority, and we didn't.
Oh.
And you just get wrapped.
The only
up
way
in
I
that
lost
shit.
friendships is that I let people borrow money, and then the second time they ask to borrow money, I don't let them borrow money, and then they don't talk to me no more.
That's rude as fuck.
It is, but that's the only way I feel I've lost friends.
She the only one, cause like everybody else that I was friends with at AUM, I'm still in contact with. Probably, yeah. She pretty much the only one that I don't. And I mean, we Facebook friends, and I know she done got married and had a baby. But yeah.
What kind of baby?
What do you mean? What kind of baby?
A little baby?
A baby.
Oh, okay.
What other kind of baby is it?
Mm-hmm.
She had a baby with her husband.
Who?
Her husband. She got married. And
Who?
they had a baby. Courtney.
Oh, okay. I thought you were still talking about Shamela.
Girl, sorry. Boy. No. Shamela is not married.
Okay. You can go to your next story. Wait, no, you can't. We've been talking. We were talking already.
China. What were we talking about? COVID. We got way off.
Yeah. How the fuck do we? Oh, about being rich.
And being in friendships.
Okay, being in friendships and being rich. How did Gayle?
What,
This
what
shit's
did I
so
think?
crazy. How the fuck do we be getting to where we get? Damn.
What Oprah by Gayle. That's how we got here. But go back to Gayle.
You think too small, nigga. If you get rich, I need you to up your aspirations.
I'm
A plane
thinking
trip to go and cook with folks I can't speak their language ain't what's up.
I'm poor. I still think poorly.
I understand.
When I get money,
nigga, buy me a plane.
I could buy you a
That's what I'm saying. If we got Oprah money, we are in there. If I get Oprah money, we in there. I don't care how many motherfuckers say you wasting your money. You need to invest. Bitch, I got Oprah money. I got plenty to invest. I'm having fun right now. Shut up.
Oh, God.
So, anyway,
Gayle
is friends with Oprah,
She is.
and she be doing these interviews, right? And the last notable interview she did was with R. Kelly.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. But he was talking about hog time people.
And he was getting all emotional, and she was just looking at him.
Yeah, it was
You
like
don't want to know the truth.
it was like strategic emotions. It wasn't like real emotion. It was like somebody in the background said, R. Kelly, you gotta cry at some point in here.
Fighting for my life.
Yeah.
Like, what?
No, you ain't fighting for your life. But that was the last notable interview that she did where people was like, Gayle King came out in this bitch. Because they had that picture where R. Kelly was, like up in her face with his finger
And she was
pointing.
just looking
And she
like-
was just sitting there and they was like, strength of a black woman type shit. And so
She ain't flinched. She was just like, bitch, I know you ain't gonna, you better sit down.
So something different happened this week. 2 weeks ago on Sunday, Kobe Bryant died and in a airplane crash. And everybody coming out here talking about Kobe. We talked about it last week. Well, Gayle King did an interview with Lisa Leslie, which was one of Kobe's real life, really good friends. And the clip that we saw was her asking a question. The question was, do you think that the allegations that Kobe had complicates his legacy? And she pretty much shut it down. She said, nope. Not for me. Don't shut it. Don't change it at all. That's not the person I knew. That's not the person that, you know. I don't think that he's capable of doing that. And she said something along the lines of, you know, he's not a dude that, you know, you be in the club with and he be like, hey, go get that girl for me. Go get that girl for me.
Because she said she's had people.
Yeah, and she know people who do that. Like she got NBA friends that does that. But Kobe was never that kind of over assertive person that would go to do that. And that's what she pretty much said. And Gayle King said, but if he was that kind of guy, you wouldn't know that. You wouldn't know that if he was that kind of guy. And I think that's where the problems came in with this dialogue. Now, this clip came out. It's in the midst of a whole interview, but this particular clip came out, and the first response I saw was Snoop Dogg. And Snoop Dogg came out roasting Gayle, like, how dare you do this? How dare you do this to black men? And then he said, can I call her one? And then he said, you funky dog haired bitch. And, you know, cussed at her a little bit more, berated her a little bit more, and then he threatened her. And I'm like, okay. And so now Gayle been receiving death threats and such.
Yes. Oprah says she's not doing well.
Yeah, I mean, because I don't know, man. I when I first heard this and I first saw the, you know, reports and the stories and I saw the interview clip and I saw Snoop Dogg's response, I was like, why would she do that? Like, I don't like that she did that and whatnot. But as I've been thinking about it, as I've been reading posts, I've come to be a little bit more objective about it. And I don't think it's an unfair question, to be honest. I think the follow-up was unfair, but I don't think the question is unfair.
The original question was not fair. The follow-up question, because it's like, if everybody knows that's like...
Wait, the original question was fair. The follow-up was unfair.
Yes.
Yeah.
The question saying, well, would you have known that if he was that kind of person? I feel like what the closeness that her and Oprah have, that's like somebody asking her that about Oprah. You know what I'm saying? We know Lisa Leslie and Kobe to have had a very strong relationship. So the insinuation that, well, you just didn't know him is problematic to me.
So I'm going to talk about a little bit why I think the first question is fair, because a lot of the rhetoric targeted around this is about whether or not Kobe Bryant is or is not a rapist. Okay. Every time you have this conversation, there's a group of people that say he didn't rape the girl. She lied. She had 3 different semens on her. She didn't testify, so he's not a rapist. And then you got the other side that says that, you know, he is a rapist. She didn't testify because she was afraid. She was paid off. And there's a group that people that say that he's just a rapist. This is a very, very nuanced conversation, you know, and 2003 was a different time than now. And Kobe, which all I can give him is credit to his character, came out after reading testimony, after communicating with her attorney, and issued an apology. That apology said something along the lines of, after reading all of this stuff and overlooking it, I see that this woman's account of the events were vastly different than mine. And if she say what happens to her happens, then I believed that's what happened. And I think when we use the word rape, it's so harsh. But even if we don't call it rape, Kobe has acknowledged that what he did may have been sexual assault. He said that. Kobe said that she could have perceived this as sexual assault. Now, he never said I sexual assaulted that woman. But this is what happens when we got a society that can't have the conversation about it, because it's a whole bunch of men that have raped and sexually assaulted women that don't know that they did that. That the women know that that's what happened to them, and they'll never bring that up. We got a whole society of people that's like that. But even if a man who has raped a woman, because he's raped a woman, don't make him the fucking boogeyman. In our society, maybe that makes him a man that needs to be educated and enlightened. And maybe he needs some consequences if he do that and he didn't know it. But every rapist ain't like the boogeyman. Every person that sexual assaults you, didn't do it with the intention of like fucking your life up. And that's not the cake for anybody who does that. But y'all got to understand that we are in a society that is just now trying to work that shit out. Me Too is trying to work that shit out. Me Too is trying to figure out where the boundaries are when it comes to what's appropriate for a man and inappropriate for a woman. We come from a society where women used to be property. We come from a society where a man would dare you not to lay down when I want you to lay down. And if you don't do it, then the whole society, everybody will be okay with you having a black eye because you didn't do what your man said do. We come from a society where, let's fast forward past that, where no, it's supposed to, subvertly mean yes. When a woman say no, she really mean yes. And a lot of women have co-opted that. And a lot of men have taken that. So right now is the moment where we're working that shit out. And when our society can't have a realistic conversation about what it means for a man like Kobe to have come out himself and said that maybe she did perceive what I did as sexual assault, and to take that and say, what do we do with that? What do we do with somebody that has a strong legacy of doing positive things in the community, especially after this moment, who has gone to empower women in so many different ways through the WNBA or through his daughters, who has gone on and grown from this thing? What is there left to say about that moment? And we can't have a conversation. And that's making it really complicated, because men get all up in arms, and then women get all up in arms because men are attacking women right now. And I want to bring up another point. As men, we either support, love, and value black women, or we fucking don't. You can't at some point be like, fuck this particular black woman right here, right now, but I love black women. No. And the way that Snoop Dogg and 50 Cent and everybody came out at Gayle, that do not represent any part of an umbrella of I support and I love black women. Because at some point, all of these same people come out and say, we need to support and love black women. That's not what you believe if you can come for Gayle like all these motherfuckers came for Gayle. And I don't even know if they really been on that support black women shit. 50 Cent and Snoop Dogg don't seem like the type that would have been on that. But I think that it's a fair question to ask. I think that Gayle asked a really good journalistic question, and then she turned into Whitney Williams for a second. That's what I think. And I think that was a mistake as a journalist.
So you've been talking. I was scrolling on his Wikipedia to see if the sexual assault case was included, and it is. It is a part of the history of him. Like, I don't think that him dying, or I'm not gonna say that's his whole legacy. I do think that that's a part of what people are gonna remember about him. That's just what it is. Like, that case was huge at the time. And the people that were alive and were fans and were, cognizant of what was going on at the time, we still remember that shit. Like, so that's why I don't think the first question was an unfair question.
And let me add this. If we can debate as to whether these conversations are appropriate to be having while his family is mourning and while a whole society that value him is mourning, we can have a conversation about that. But really, I think that this will be the response, whether she did this now or a year from now. I think this will be the response, regardless. But I think that if you're interviewing Kobe's friend, I think that it is important to understand how you were a friend to that person during that time too. Because as his friend, that was a part of his life where he probably needed support. And if she's interviewing a friend that was as close to him as Lisa Leslie was, then I'm sure she can recall that moment. And I think that makes it a valid question to his friend. The timing is just wrong for a lot of this shit that's going on, man. To be honest, the timing is wrong. That's the problem. And whether y'all like it or not, something happened between Kobe and that girl. And he said that he's willing to believe that her account of it is accurate. And
I can give you the exact quote, actually, because that's part of that part of his Wikipedia. Although I truly believe this encounter between us was consensual, I recognize now that she did not and does not view this incident the same way I did. After months of review and discovery, listening to her attorney and even her testimony in person, I now understand that she feels that she did not consent to this encounter.
And I'm pretty sure that means that there's something in there that Kobe remembers that might have triggered him thinking, damn, I did do that. Like, let's say that yes means no, that no means yes thing was going on with him. Let's say that she was, kind of maybe open to sex or maybe not, or maybe was into it, but then got out of it. And she was like, nah. And him being like, come on though. Yeah, let's do, come on. I know you just playing hard to get. If she were to get out there and start saying, well, I was uncomfortable and I said no a couple of times, but he kept saying, let's do it anyway. And I kind of fell to the pressure. I can understand somebody thinking back to that moment and being like, damn, well, I never perceived that as sexual assault. I perceived that as consensual sex because that's what society been telling us what the fuck to do. Mm-hmm. That don't give you a pass if you do something like that. But like Me Too and what's going on right now in our society is just working out those kinks. And it's going to be hard to work out these kinks because it's a hard conversation to have, because we got to talk about woman trauma and we got to talk about man accountability. And men are like in denial, projecting, all kind of different shit when it comes to this conversation. And women are having to be in fucking defense mode. They having to be in defense mode to try to, keep some of their decency from men's aggression. And so I don't like the second part of the question that Gayle asked. I think the first part of the question is very fair. I think the timing for this conversation is absolutely wrong. I hate that his friends and people who supported him are being drugged into this dialogue while they still mourning for somebody that they lost. It's just not the right time. Yeah. But we gotta have these conversations, and I feel like if we say that a person can do something bad and we can hide it from the world forever, is if Snoop Dogg and 50 Cent then would be better off if nobody ever said anything about Kobe's transgressions ever again in his life, even though it was a part of his life. It's just the same shit we doing in the black community when an uncle do something and we just pretend like that shit didn't happen, and we just let the ball roll as they are. You know what I'm saying? I just feel like we need to cultivate these kind of conversations, and we need to be able to call people out. But I think there's an appropriate way and an appropriate time to do that shit. So that's all I got for that.
I'm going to read this. This is written by a man who has been married for 13 years, and this is his take on marriage. And let me read it first, and then I'll get into what I have to say about it. So, and I want your opinion. Okay. This is what is the brutal truth about life after marriage. Sex can become monotonous, masturbation can become preferable at times, and cheating makes you feel horrible. Children can be really annoying sometimes, especially while babies, and you will sometimes secretly regret ever having them or having as many, and you feel guilty for having these thoughts. You and your spouse will argue over absolutely pointless and meaningless things, and the sight of each other will start annoying you due to built-up resentment that neither talks about. You will not want to kiss your spouse passionately after a certain point. It becomes kind of like kissing a sibling. You still have sex, you just stop kissing, except for the hello and goodbye peck thing. But you become attached to your spouse and, of course, to your children. And there are good moments also, so you don't want to leave. So you tend to be in a perpetual state of unhappiness mixed with what feels like odd contentment. But it's really just a fear of change or what your kids or parents or in-laws or whoever will think if you divorce. Plus, nobody likes to admit failure. And most of this stuff you'll just hold inside and never tell a soul while you smile for family photos and everyone thinks you're so happy. That is the saddest, most... The fact that he believes that that's what marriage is like for everybody that's been married for as long as he's been married is sad. I think that that's indicative of the kind of marriage that he has. I don't think that that's how everybody's marriage is. I just don't believe that, because why the fuck would people still be doing it?
What you mean? Why would they still be doing it?
I think that there are people who do get married and just stay married because they don't want to have to get a divorce. But I think that there are people who get married and actually like the motherfucker that they're married to, and that they continue to like them for the entire time that they're married. Will you always like your spouse? No, absolutely not. They're going to get on your fucking nerves, I'm sure. But like, his description was all negative. Like, he don't like the kids. He don't like his wife. He don't like nothing. Like, I don't think that that's everybody's experience. And I'm not married. So that's coming from the point of view of looking at marriages from the outside looking in. But I just don't believe everybody's marriage is like that. That's what everybody feels after a certain point.
I mean, I don't think the light shines as bright on it as it did at the beginning.
Of course not.
You know? And I do think that there's a lot of complexities to it, but like, he have extreme versions of it. He's like it's like kissing your sibling at a certain point.
What?
You done kissed your goddamn sibling? I don't know how that feel. I know that's we. Well, no, my mama used to make me and my brother kiss and make up.
Like literally kiss?
Yes.
And make up?
And that shit was like, I hated that shit, boy. If ain't nothing ever made me want to put a 2x4 in that nigga face, it was when mama made us do that shit, boy. I swear. And hug. And I think they knew I hated it so much. And he'll just be like that with his arms wide open, smiling, and I'll be like, kill this nigga. That's how bad my shit was on my end. I was fucked up about it.
I think I've hugged all of my brothers at some point, but we ain't no hugging family. We don't do that. So like, I mean, I've seen them and we've not hugged at all. You know how people hug when they come in and they hug before you leave? We've not done that shit. Like, we ain't no hugging family. We're not huggers.
Yeah.
We're not huggers.
But I do feel like, you know, I know that there's values to kids, but like, it gotta be moments where you be like, remember before we had kids?
I'm sure, but
you know, it ain't like you want to be like, damn, I hope these little niggas run away and get hit by a bus or get terminal illness. Clearly it ain't that kind of shit, but I know it's like, you imagine what it would be like without kids at some point. I'm imagine.
Sure the motherfuckers are bad and they break your stuff. And they get into things and they make more work for you because you went up to the school and act like you ain't got no goddamn sense. So now I got to be late for work because I got to go up here to this school. Like, I'm sure you have moments where you like, damn, it was so nice before we had these motherfuckers. Like, I'm sure that happens. But his description, he sounds like somebody that's very unhappy with his life. Very unhappy with his life. And just staying there just because he don't want nobody to judge him for leaving. But my nigga, if you that unhappy, like, just go on then, my G. Just leave. Jesus. I like that. The idea of my husband feeling that way and staying with me, I wouldn't want that. I don't want you. If you that miserable being here with me and these goddamn kids, like, I don't want you to stay out of a sense of responsibility. I want you to be here because you want to fucking be here. Don't be here because you feel like you gotta be. Goddamn, like, this how you feel? This is how you feel about me and these children. Okay, like, maybe this ain't for you. I don't want you to be with me if you don't want to be with me. Like, we can co-parent, we can figure this shit out. If you that goddamn unhappy, It's like kissing your sibling. I'm your sister now. Like, bruh. Like, maybe this ain't for you no more. I wouldn't want to be with nobody that feels that way. Like, I don't want to stay with nobody and I feel that way. So I thoroughly hope that that's just his experience and that it's not the experience of long-term marriages. Like, of course I'm not going to like you all the time. You're not going to like me all the time. I'm annoying. Okay? I realize that and I jump to conclusions and I have an attitude. Okay? I realize that. But, like, if you ain't, at the end of the day, more happy than not with me, maybe we don't need to be together. Like, I don't want you to just be here because you feel like you got to be here. Don't be here out of obligation, nigga. Your obligation is to these children. You can do that without being with me if you feel that way. I wouldn't want nobody to stay with me just to stay with me. That just sounds terrible. I want you to be here because you want to be here more than you want to be away. We can co-parent. Your obligation is to your children. That ain't to me. If you that goddamn unhappy with me.
I guess that's why, like, I've traditionally, like, not valued marriage in that regard. Like, I don't want to say I don't value marriage now. So maybe I have never valued marriage. If you choose a person to be with forever, if they don't want to get married, why would that be a reason that you no longer want to be with them forever? It's like the only way I will be with you forever is if you promise through this ceremony that you will be with me forever. But otherwise I'll be with you forever. Like if somebody say, will you marry me? Which means I want you to be with me forever. They good. But what if a person don't say, will you marry me? What if they just say, I want to be with you forever? The only way you validate it is if they put a ring on your finger.
I don't give a shit about no weddings and shit. So I
That's what I'm saying. Like if you're gonna be there for them for the long ride, then just do it. You know, don't say the only stipulation is you gotta put a ring on it, and that because that's confusing to me. That's confusing to me. But you know, so
and it's a level of security in putting a ring on it because legally it's harder for you to walk away from that shit. If we just say we gonna be together forever, it's a lot easier for you to leave me. There's no legal ties. You just get up one day and be like, all right, I'm done with this. Godspeed and good life. So maybe it's the security and knowing that if you were to leave, it'd be more difficult. Like you're gonna have to really want to leave. I don't know.
That shit's crazy.
But
I don't want nobody to be with me like that either, man.
Yeah, I don't want you. If you don't want to be here, I just don't. Just to have somebody, or just for us to be there, or just so that people won't say that. Because if you that unhappy, and I care about you, I don't even want you to be that fucking unhappy. Like you that goddamn unhappy here, go. Make sure you help me take care of these fucking kids we both created, but go do whatever it is that you feel like is gonna make you happy. That we keeping you from. Like, I wouldn't want nobody to be with me out of obligation. That just is the saddest shit ever. Like, I would much rather be by myself than to have somebody that's around because they feel a responsibility to be. Like, nigga, no. You need to be here because you want to be. Or we can co-parent, shit.
Yeah. So, what else you got? I don't got nothing else, man. We don't got that much time left.
Erykah Badu is going to release a perfume that smells like her vagina.
I bet that's going to smell like vagina.
Why would you?
Why not? She finna get rich off of that shit. All these hotep niggas.
It's a perfume, though. It's not a cologne.
Well.
And so women would have to be the ones to buy it. And I don't know a woman that wants to smell like another woman's vagina.
Well, maybe down low dude's going to spray it on another dude meat. They just going to spray it on the other dude meat. And it just be another reason they say, I ain't gay.
It was that Erykah
Fucking
Badu.
another man meat ain't gay.
It smelled like Erykah Badu's vagina. It's not gay.
I got a wife.
Oh. 2 things about Valentine's Day. Red Lobster is selling heart-shaped boxes with the Cheddar Bay biscuits. And Burger King is giving out free Whoppers if you bring a picture of your ex.
What? What the hell?
I don't know.
Burger King trying to get niggas fucked up out here. That shit finna go viral in the wrong way, boy.
Burger King has partnered with Warner Brothers Pictures in honor of its new Harley Quinn film. I don't know what that has to do with anything, but Birds of Prey and the fantabulous emancipation of one Harley Quinn, which hits theaters on February the 7th. In true Harley Quinn fashion, Burger King is celebrating anti-Valentine's Day at select locations with Birds of Prey themed breakup boxes. The black and pink boxes that feature hearts, a crown, and who needs the Joker when you can have a king. All you have to do is bring in a printed photo of your ex to Burger King to get it. To the select Burger Kings that are taking part of this.
Man, y'all don't bring no real picture of your ex. Just bring a picture of somebody you found on Google. They don't know.
They don't know. I don't know how they're gonna know that it's actually...
not. Just bring a random picture. Don't be petty, man. Don't get a picture of your ex bringing that shit around. They trying to get y'all caught up with y'all current relationship. Why you got a picture of this bitch in your phone? Oh, hell no. How would it sound like for you to say, I'm taking it to Burger King to get a free Whopper? You gonna get broke up with on sight, man. That shit don't sound believable. Like, no point of making your girl mad like that. Print out a random picture of it. Print out a picture of your current girl and take it to Burger King. Just don't have her with you when you do that, okay? Burger King will never know.
They're not gonna know.
Just print something out and bring it with you.
It's a weird way to promote a movie, but that's what they're doing.
Weird.
And then G-Eazy and Meg Thee Stallion apparently are a thing.
Meg Thee Stallion said they are not.
Okay.
Yeah, she tweeted out that they are not a thing.
Okay.
Even though they was in a video laying down together and him kissing all on her face.
And they've been in, is another video of them dancing together. Like, there's videos of them together like they together.
I read that, man.
My only thing is every time there is a black woman and a white man, black men are like, but if it was a black man with a white woman, y'all be mad as hell. Like, I get so tired of hearing that shit. Like, just let her be, whatever. Y'all still, look, I don't think that black women have a problem with black men dating white women. I think it's those men that only date white women that we have a problem. I can only speak for myself. That's the only time I care. If you happen to fall in love with somebody that's white, I don't give a shit. Like, I don't care. That doesn't matter. But if you're one of these people that are like, these black women, that ain't where it's at. Let me go get me a white queen. Like, that bothers me.
Look,
if
man.
I say that as somebody who has a brother that believes that way, okay? And me and this nigga go back and forth about this goddamn shit all the time.
I don't have nothing against any race dating any race. I don't have. The only problem I have with G-Eazy is he looked like a fucking outsider. This nigga look like Pony Boy from the goddamn Outsiders. I don't like that. That's what I don't like. It's like
I don't know.
He looked like an Italian mobster.
But I feel like you would be more mad if he was trying to be like hip hop and like what he thought a rapper looked like. I like that he just looked like a greasehead ass mobster. Like, cause instead of him trying to be what people deem hip hop to be. Like, I like that he didn't do that.
I mean, that ain't about him in general. That's just about him dating Megan Thee Stallion.
Oh, well, yeah.
She dating a fucking nigga from Greece. I don't like that.
Oh, he does look
You know
like the main character for Grease. He wore the leather jackets and everything. Yeah, it's weird. I don't know.
He looked like somebody. He looked like the kind of person that will fuck with a black girl in the nighttime, but not in the daytime. That kind of Italian, would be like, get out of here for my parents see us together. Fucking mooly.
Oh, wow. Mooly.
Get out of here. And she'll just run along, skeeter on in the night, and meet back up with him later.
I feel like Meg Thee Stallion would fuck him up about some shit like that, though. She just seemed like she had a lot of attitude.
I don't know, man. She seemed like she's softer than toilet paper. She seemed like she got a hard shell on the outside, but then she's like fucking butter soft on the inside. That's what it seemed like.
Maybe.
You see her interacting with her puppies and shit.
I love her fucking dog, though. He's so funny.
She got two of them.
She
got the little, I don't know the name of that little gray dog with the big ears.
That's the one I've seen.
Then she got a pit bull that apparently her, I guess, baby daddy. Nah, she don't got no kids. She say it's somebody who keep him. She's called him his daddy.
Oh, okay.
So I don't know. It might just be a friend or whatever, but She got a pit
I
bull
only
too.
ever see the Frenchie. It's a Frenchie.
Yeah, she can't carry that fucking pit bull with her everywhere.
That Frenchie is hilarious because Tony Baker did a video of her dog because it's a video of
Yeah,
her.
I
You
saw
saw
it.
where she was like, "You want to come up here?" He was trying to jump up on the bed, and he was shaking his head. No, like, no, I can't get up there. Never mind.
She got a good looking Frenchie.
He's
Snoop Dogg got a Frenchie too.
They're
He
so
look like
cute.
his IQ real low
I
though.
can't stand
Snoop Dogg Frenchie look like he can't understand basic commands. Like, you know.
I haven't seen his Frenchie. Her Frenchie's cute. Her Frenchie is very cute. He's so funny. He peed on her dress when she was on the way to an award show. He got on the tail of her dress and lifted his leg. Oh, her Frenchie's funny. I like him. That's all I had though. Jeezy and her and I don't know. We'll see, but niggas is mad.
It ain't even a Frenchie. It's a French bulldog.
Isn't that what a Frenchie is?
I don't know.
They call French bulldogs Frenchies.
Why don't they just call the motherfucker a French bulldog or a French og?
Frenchie is shorter than saying French bulldog.
But there's a whole bunch of dogs with French in front of their names
What
that.
other dogs?
I don't know.
French bulldog is. I don't know if it
There's
is.
no other dog. I thought
I
it was other
don't think
dogs.
so.
I just thought it was other dogs with French in front of their name. French
think-
dog names.
French bulldogs are the only ones, and they're called Frenchies.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, they're called Frenchies.
Google be so sometimes Google smart most of the time, but most of the time it's not. But I guess that I'm the dumb one because I wasn't specific enough. French dog breeds, French bulldog. I guess that is it. Shit. No French spaniel.
There's a French spaniel.
Yes.
Okay.
A French white and black hound.
How prevalent are these dogs? I've never heard of either one of those.
I don't know how prevalent a French bulldog is.
French bulldog. They have whole little Frenchy days.
That's because they cute.
Yeah, but I'm saying that's why they're prevalent. That's why there's a lot of them.
I don't think it's
I don't
a lot.
know what
I
a
think
French
that
spaniel looks
motherfuckers
like.
get them dogs more than other dogs because they cute. I don't know
Yeah,
if they
but
just
that's why I'm saying how prevalent are these other dogs? I don't know what a French. What'd you say? French black and white?
French black and white hound.
I don't even know what that looks like. I've never heard of those. French bulldogs are the only ones that are called Frenchies. I don't know about those other two dogs. I don't even know what they look like.
Snoop Dogg's pet dog is named Jules.
What is Meg's dog? I don't even know his name. I just know he's funny.
I can't remember.
He's so funny. He's a cutie.
I was gonna say a couple of things. I was gonna mention that Lil Wayne was on the first episode of The Masked Singer.
Yeah, I saw that.
He
And
sound like his fucking self. I don't know how them judges didn't know
they
it
didn't
was
know
Lil
who he
Wayne.
was because they was all like, "What? No."
They didn't listen to as many dedications as I did. That's why I guess they had other shit going on. So,
Yeah.
but that's it.
All right.
You got anything else on your mind?
I do not.
All right. Well, until we come to the next conversation,
We out.
holla.